All right. Welcome in, everyone. It is Monday afternoon, so you know that means there's Champions League on Tuesday and Wednesday. This is Line Breakers FC, brought to you by thebreakdownsports.com. We're currently live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, so hit us up in the comments for any match analysis you have, any of your best bets for this Champions League slate. Joey B is going to get a little down and dirty and has a Europa pick for you as well, so make sure you stay tuned for that. But AJ, we kind of have to celebrate right now. Joey B, he's probably been here for at least half of our episodes at this point, but this is episode number 53. We've made it officially over a year. If you break it out and you don't count our midweek streams, that's one stream a week. First episode was 3-1. And then it was so hot, AJ, that it got shut down for 2.5 months. And then we picked it back up in May. And now we are rolling. We've been going weekly ever since. I think we have 1 week off. We had 1 week off when the season was completed. So we missed 2 overall. But Line Breakers FC, episode 53. How does it feel to be here for over a full year, 53 episodes in?
Dude, it's awesome. Makes me feel a little bit old. But with being older, I'm wiser, sharper lines, better bets for everyone. So excited to continue moving forward. And Joey, how are you feeling today?
Pretty good. Can't complain. I feel like I've been here for longer than half the episodes. Maybe that's true. I don't know what number I joined in on, but I feel like I've been here for all 53. I've been a viewer since day one. So good. And then I will say it sucks. It's back to being cold on the East Coast, but I needed something to cool me off because I was too hot heading into this midweek after a 3-0 weekend.
The fall spring week just matched up with Joey B just on the heater. We'll recap our plays and the hot streak that he's been on. But let's get into our matches. For this, we got the Tuesday and Wednesday. It's kind of split where 2 matches are close, where it's 1-0 each. The other ones are kind of if City or Bayern mess up, that's going to be surprising since they both hold a multi-goal lead. And it's nice that you have them both split each day. So you get one of the blowout games going on and you have the closer one. So we're going to give some breakdown and analysis on the ones that are blowouts real quick. And then when we get into our best bets, we'll cover those more in depth. But we'll kick it off with City and Gladbach. You got City at minus 414. You got Gladbach at plus 118. And then you have the Asian handicap sitting at minus 2, or you can get a minus 1.75. Total over 3. Under has the juice there. So this one is just basically saying who's going to go against City. They've won, 23 of 24 straight matches at this point. With Gladbach, it's a complete opposite. That team's completely trending in the wrong direction ever since their coach was appointed to leave. I think they've lost 6 of their 8 matches and drew in the other 2. So that's been over 8 matches. Then they haven't gotten a win. So this would be the most Champions League-esque ever if Gladbach somehow comes back and pulls this out. But I can't really say I'd have any confidence with that. Yes, it is in Budapest, so there's no home field advantage, if you want to say. But since City has won basically all of their games in the stretch by multi-goals, they have very few. I think it's less than 3 1-goal wins in this stretch. I mean, it's Asian handicap or nothing here because this one, you have no idea what could potentially happen later on in the match with this big of a lead here. So this is just a no play for me. I think City cruise, and I just don't see any value in finding a way to back them because even if you do get the minus 2 at plus 115, you have to hope that they win by 3, and a late one could get you there because that means they have to get 3 in the net, and that's just tough.
Yeah, I think you nailed it on the head. Since Gladbach's manager left, they've just been trending down, and we all know how good City is. So I think that one's pretty simple.
Yeah, I think agree with Rex. There's not really any way to back this. If anything, lay the juice at the minus 1.75. But even then, City could go up 1 goal and just play defense and possession the rest of the game. I don't think Gladbach have enough in them to get 2 goals really on them. Even if Gladbach get the first one, I still wouldn't be overly nervous as a City fan or City supporter. But even the both teams to score market, I don't know what it's priced at, but I just didn't even take a look. So I think City win to 0 has been a bet that's killed this past couple months. But when they're up 2-0, maybe they go up 2 more goals, and then they have no reason to keep them out or play tough defense. So just to stay away all the way around here. Maybe if there's like a live opportunity, I don't even know what that would be, because I could see this game just being 0-0 kind of the whole way through for a long time, and who knows if there's going to be a goal or not.
So if this was the only match on and you probably forced me to make a play, I would kind of target this in 2 halves betting, where you would take City minus 0.75 for the first half at like minus 110, or you take City to win the first half, but that's like more at minus 150, and I'm not laying that much juice. So that's where I think you would take that angle. And then in the second half, you could either bet it right at halftime, or you can bet it in the 50th or 60th minute, like Gladbach to score, just because as the match goes on later and City basically is already through, there could just be a lapse. Gladbach might just try to do something different to build any sort of momentum that they have right now. Get one in the net against City. That's something you can build on when you get back into the Bundesliga, when you have that to solely focus on, because I'm pretty sure they're outside of a Champions League spot as of right now. So that's kind of where maybe back them in the second half, back City in some fashion. The first half, that would be the best way for me, I would say, to target this match.
Agreed.
All right, on Wednesday, even more of a blowout because Bayern holds a 3-goal lead, 4-1. This is at home as well for Bayern. And this is where I think last time I was on, because you guys did an episode where I took a break, I was suspended, quote unquote. Bayern, we said that was the ratty line because I think you could get them at like minus 120 or minus 115. And we're just like, Lazio, they're at home. They're going to keep this one close. And no, they were down 3-0 at halftime. So that's kind of where in this one, there's just nothing that I tried to find any angle like I did for the last match to find a way. But with Bayern at minus 290, Lazio plus 725, the spread or Asian handicaps at 1.5 at minus 115 each side, a juiced under 3.5. Yeah, there's just nothing that jumps out to me, nothing that I'm dying to back just because Bayern, what do they do? Do they even just send their second team here? Like, that's where I honestly don't know how they attack this game. The under seems to eat the best way since the juice says that's the way to go, but I'm not running to the table to bet a Bayern under any day.
Yeah, when I was looking at this match, I saw plus money on the over, but seeing 4 goals in this game, I think it's a little too much. Like you said, just stay away all around.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even see, does Lazio even play their first team? Like, they might as well just bring in their second guys, give them some experience. Who knows? Obviously, they'd be throwing in the towel, maybe a bad look for everyone in the team. But I maybe look like Lazio or the total in the first half. Take the same approach Rex did, but with the goals and take the over 1.5. And if it doesn't come in, wait a little bit, take it in the second half, something like that. But even then, Bayern, like, they may go all out and get some goals. But yeah, I don't see, maybe take like a Bayern and both teams to score. I think you probably get like plus 150, 160. But you're probably banking on something similar as last game. Is just Lazio just get a goal after Bayern's up 4-0 or something. So that's a tough game. Easy one to stay away from, though, and don't even need to turn on.
Yeah, so in this match, luckily when I come back, we talk about the 2 buzzsaws in Europe with City and Bayern, because, I mean, you have to have a pair of cojones to be going against them in any of these type of matches, even when you can say they have less motivation. But maybe you just see it with City. I think if you go with these, you throw either on goal scorers after you see the lineups, or you throw it on an exact score, put a lottery ticket out there, have some fun with it, where you're going to be focusing on these 2 matches that we're going to highlight in our best bets. But before we get to those, Breakdown Sports is hosting a ESPN bracket challenge. Make sure you definitely tune into that, because college basketball Rex over here. It's where I live and breathe. And didn't have any today, so I had to tweet about MLS because the Union had a scrimmage today. But if you do join our bracket challenge, if you're watching us on Twitter, jump to that. It's right in our pinned tweet. You get 5 free entries. So number 1, there you go. Most people only limit it to 2. And you get a $100 gift card plus a t-shirt of your choice There could probably be some little extras thrown in there, sprinkled on, but you legitimately get 5 chances for free to win $100, compete against other people, see who can get past me. I mean, I say I don't care. You can troll me whenever with soccer or basketball. If you want to clout the whole time that your bracket's doing better than mine, go for it, because join our tournament challenge. It's in our pinned tweet. Chance to win $100 for free. I mean, can't get much better than that.
I'll be entering 5 brackets, and even if one of them gets above Rex, I'll be talking shit till the next tournament next year.
All right. So, yep. Invite your friends. Invite anyone who does it. Tweet us at your bracket. We always want to hear about that. But let's get into our best bets. We're going to recap how we did last weekend real quick. I split 1-1, but got plus 0.68 units. Not nice, because I had West Ham plus half a goal at even. That one was a loser due to an own goal. It looked like that ended 1-0. Didn't get to catch that match, but the parlay that came through that I probably sat there and stared at the ticket too long before locking it in. Cashed pretty confidently, even though Casa Villa under 2.5. They tried to make it interesting at the end. And then the Juve money line paired together at plus 168 was a kind of a no sweat winner.
Nice. Yeah. Good weekend for you. And I know Joey B had a good weekend, but before that, I was 0-1. I took Chelsea Leeds over the 2.5. It ended 0-0. So just a little bit off the mark. I have one play pending. It's Liverpool Wolves under 2.5. That looks like that should be coming through relatively easy.
I wouldn't say that.
I have Flash Score open right here.
There's a big chance alert flashing right now.
Don't do this to me. Did I just jinx myself? How does that work?
I don't know. You might have just live jinxed yourself. The hot man of the day, Joey B. How'd you do?
I was 3-0. Nice, cool, easy 3-0. Had a Dortmund -1, -132. Got lucky with a late goal there. Wolfsburg win to 0, plus 127. Pretty easy. Obviously, Schalke could score at any time, but they didn't look like it. I think they had a 0.22 XG, so didn't even come close. And then Napoli draw no bet, -103. I think that a second half goal that went up, and I don't think Milan really ever had a great chance to get on net. So three wins, 3 plays, 3 wins, 3 semi sweat free bets.
Yeah, I'm upset that I didn't end up tailing that Napoli one, because that's what I was talking about. Same exact mindset, same exact reasoning for why I backed West Ham. It's just one of those where I picked the wrong one, have to do both next time. All right, so let's get into our best bets. We're going to start on a game where all 3 of us have a play, but all 3 of them are different, and there might be a head-to-head. So we're going to break down this game as if it was in our normal section, but give out our best bets while doing it. So we're going to start on Tuesday with Atalanta traveling to Madrid, where you got Madrid sitting at plus 110, Atalanta sitting at the plus 232. The over is a very juiced 2.5 at -145, and then you can get a plus -135 on the half goal line for Atalanta. And this is the one where I've talked myself maybe into 3 different bets and then settled with the safest one, because I have no cojones this Monday morning or Monday afternoon. So I'm going to take Atalanta at the plus 0.25 at plus 108, because I think targeting them money line or to advance is the way that I wanted to attack it and approach it. But there was just not too many scenarios that I saw, but I'm just more confident where if it does end up being 1-1, 2-2, this bet still cashes. Sure, I'm losing a lot of value, or not value, I guess, plus money, because you can get those all the way at plus 230. To advance is plus 300. And that's just where, yes, Ramos will be back for Real Madrid. So that's a good sign for the defense there. But at the same time, I mean, Atalanta games, they're back to when AJ and I started to show, where they are the trendy team, hitting the overs, scoring the goals, being weak on the counter, defense not confident that they're always going to hold a clean sheet. Sure, they rested their guys against Spieza this past weekend, but Spieza still did get one on the board. So you don't really like to see that when you're heading into the Champions League match. So that's where I settled on the plus 0.25, because that both teams to score was way too juiced because I think that's the surefire easiest bet in this game because I do think both teams we do see get on the score sheet because if Atalanta does get up early, Madrid just has to get the one and park the bus and they'll get through smoothly here. So that's where the plus 0.25 is the way I'm going. Like that they rest it. Madrid still has La Liga on their mind, even though they much rather take home the Champions League. So that's where I'm just going to play it safe. If Atalanta does advance, I'll have huge bet regret, but I won't complain because my ticket will come through as well.
Yeah. In regards to the sides, I think I was leaning Atalanta as well. I had a chance to catch the Madrid game. I don't know if it was yesterday or Saturday, but like Rex mentioned, they didn't look that strong. Maybe Champions League was on their mind, but they're not the Madrid of late. But going on the opposite side, this is a three-peat Champions League winner. Lots of quality in the side. So that's why I avoided the side on this one.
You want to give out your total
Okay, fair enough. So
or your bet?
yeah, so my bet on this game is the under 2.5 sits at plus 120. So there's some reasons that I like this, but the biggest reason is a straight contrarian pick. Everyone on Twitter, the world is going to say this is the easiest over. You have a team that needs goals going away. And we've seen this so many times where these surefire bets just don't hit. Also, I like Ramos being back in the back. Never hurts to have one of the best defenders in the world on your side.
I like the contrarian angle there. Joey B, talk to me on why, because I think if we see a high-scoring affair, it's a little bit more confident that my bet's probably coming through.
Yeah. So taking the over 2.75 minus 112. I think on Sunday, maybe sometime yesterday, this was like over 2.5 was minus 120, minus 130. I think now it's closer to like minus 150, minus 160, maybe minus 140 in some spots. But I don't think that's because of smart money coming in. I do think AJ is a good point that it's going to be everyone taking the over. Everyone sees Atalanta, Real Madrid. Game's going to go over, but the public does win sometimes. I think this is a really good spot for Atalanta to get a early-ish goal. Maybe it opens up tight. Maybe someone gets a goal in the first half, but teams get desperate in this. Atalanta, they're not going to advance without scoring a goal. So, but my worry is, like Rex said, if this game gets to be 1-1, Real Madrid may just set up shop, may just kind of try to defend it out. But if they do that, they're going to be pretty susceptible on the counter. So I could see this game going 2-1 either way, maybe 2-2. 1-1 does scare me. Worst scoreline in all of soccer for an over.
No, that's a 0-0 because at least with the 1-1, you have some hope. You're sitting there like, I know it's not going to hit, but at least I was a goal off. There's nothing worse than betting it over and then it ends 0-0. Ask AJ.
I don't know. I'd rather have a game end 0-0 than be 1-1 at halftime and not hit the over. So that's just me.
AJ looks a little frozen right now. He was so angry about that Chelsea lead that he knocked out his Wi-Fi.
I think he unplugged something. But Casemiro's out on yellow cards for Real Madrid. I think that's a big miss for them in their midfield center defense. I think that really helps Atalanta. So that's just kind of a good angle for me there, I think. And I'll hope for 3 goals. Hopefully it's Atalanta 2-1. Sorry, AJ, I'll have to be rooting against you.
No, fair.
But I'm not that sorry. So.
In regards, I think if Madrid scores first, I see this one going under, but Atalanta scores first, then we have ourselves a ball game.
Well, there's guaranteed there will be one winner on this episode on the year, episode 53 of Line Breakers FC. That's where, when I was looking at this as the total, I didn't put together how not public the over would kind of be, but AJ kind of convinced me on that end where I'm a little bit happier that I'm not locking in on the total, and I do have a side on it. Maybe I am taking the trendier side here because not many people are rushing to back Madrid at the short price where the draw does get them through. So let's get that plus 0.25 through. And then there's no way for both of you to win. So let's duke it out. Get you in a boxing ring, hopefully.
Yeah, I
All
will also
right.
say I don't see a line on this, but I think most goals to be scored in the second half um, is a good way to look at this game too. I think it should be pretty tight. Chance it could be 0-0 at half, but I still think even 0-0 at half, you have a chance for 3 goals in the second half. So yeah, just a thought, but you never know. Defensive mistake may just flip this game on its head, and just never know. So I'm hoping for some VAR luck and some defender own goals here or there throughout the game.
All right, so let's get into the final match where we got Chelsea versus Atletico Madrid. Here we're sitting at 1-0. This game, I did see it's in London. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but it does look
You're
like
correct.
this one will be playing at Stamford Bridge. You can get Chelsea at plus 123 in the money line, Atletico Madrid at plus 243. The over is sitting at 2 1/4 with a juiced minus 130 to the under. And then you get the Asian handicap. That's at a plus 0.25 as well. So we're seeing that here. I mean, I'm going fully contrarian with my play on this one as well because AJ learned it the hard way on Saturday. Maybe I'm going to learn it the hard way here, but not taking the over, but taking both teams to score because that's sitting at at plus 102. This is, I believe, the second time I'm doing it, both teams to score on Line Breakers FC. And sure, 2 goal unders and just 2 goal results is the easiest way to cap this one and cash this one. Where if you really want to play a huge premium price, I mean, I don't give out, or I feel gross if I back anything bigger than minus 125. But I see people giving out the under 2.5 around minus 160. Like, sure, like I parlayed it under 2.5 at minus 140 and felt gross doing it. So if you wouldn't even do it more, I guess that might be the best way to attack this one. But I'm going full other side because I think we'll see a lot of unders being tweeted out here. And sure, it's 1-0. The AJ and I were both on Atletico Madrid on the first one, and they did not look too inspiring. That Tuchel defense is something, even though we can be as angry as we want with Pulisic not getting much time and being played out of position. But he's doing something right for that club. They're moving up the Premier League table pretty quickly. And he's pulling out results in the Champions League at the same time. They've signed so many people where his rotations actually seem to be working pretty well because, knock on wood, they've been fairly healthy throughout. So that's just where I think we do see both teams to get on the score sheet. Atletico Madrid, I'm more concerned about them getting on the score sheet than anyone else because I do think we see Chelsea try to get one home through. But if even regardless of which team scores first, I'm just confident that we see both teams get on the score sheet here.
Yeah, I like that angle a lot. My first play is on Wednesday, and if that ends up hitting, I'll be throwing a little Taco Bell run actually on Atletico Madrid to advance in this one. They sit at plus, I think it's like 285 plus 290, depending on your book. I just think Spain teams in the Champions League have had success in London, especially in knockout rounds in the past years. And then I don't know if that's a little of my Chelsea hate bias coming in, but I'd love to see Atletico Madrid advance on this one.
Yeah, I think Atletico Madrid's always a good team to back over 2 legs, especially if there's a 1 goal difference, not a huge insurmountable lead by any means. I think Rex is a great angle on this, super contrarian. I just think I clicked off of it, but even if you want to take the over 2, I think it's probably going to be like 130, maybe 125. So if 2 goals come in, you get a push, which isn't the worst thing in the world if you don't have the both teams to score, but I like the plus money on the both teams to score. And then something else I saw just is ultra contrarian is both teams to score and over 2.5 goals. I think it's plus 170. So just some fun value there if you're rooting for a good game with a lot of goals that kind of comes out of nowhere, is pretty unexpected. So I think goals there. I think Chelsea should advance. Maybe they are happy to be playing in London. I do think, what do you guys think about it? They played in Budapest the first leg, and now they're back in London. That's kind of a tough spot for Atletico to never get a real home game. Not that there's fans, but I think it does still have a little bit of an advantage. So I think I don't know if it's totally unfair, but I think I don't know if you guys have any thoughts on that. If that's if a game changer for them, or should Atletico be complaining of anyway about that?
Yeah, I do think Atletico Madrid are better. I think they play at like the Wanda Metropolitan Stadium, where they usually want rock solid. But again, no fans. It is what it is. We move on. Or the other thought is Chelsea need every advantage in order to win to get to the next stage.
Yeah, I think Atletico definitely does get screwed a little bit because of that, because they're at a sole disadvantage. Even if you don't have fans, it's your locker room. It's more familiar.
Mm-hmm.
No significant travel. It's a normal match day for them. The second bet that I was looking at, or I guess the third one I wanted to add, was maybe put an Atletico Madrid plus 0.25 or play on them to advance as well. I really did think about doubling down and putting them to advance here, but I just thought the both teams to score. If they do advance, they have to get on the sheet, and I do think Chelsea. I don't think we see a one. If we do see a 1-0 Atletico Madrid first 90, I think everyone goes home happy except for me. All right, Joey B, talk to me. Talk Europa to me.
I'll say one thing. AJ Rui Patricio, I think, got knocked heads with Connor Cody. So this game is in the 10th minute of stoppage time. So you may be sweating out this under 2.5 even longer. But I'd imagine they will not be playing too aggressively to end this game. But Europa over. I mentioned it on Thursday. Spot I almost played in the first game. But Molde Granada over 2.5. Got it minus 108. I think on Sunday I looked, it was even money. So it's moved a little bit, maybe not really anything significant. But this will be come Thursday will be a public game that people play over, I would imagine. Granada is up 2-0 and Molde didn't get a goal in the first leg. I just think that, again, it's similar to the Sevilla Dortmund game. Molde is going to have to try to score, get it on the score sheet. Again, that's going to open up to the counter. I think this is going to be a really open game. I think the first game should have gone over 2.5. I also thought something else I saw that was interesting. This game for Molde to advance is around plus 1,100, plus 1,200. I think that may be worth a little bit of Taco Bell money just for some fun and put some skin in the game. It is priced the same as Zagreb and Tottenham, and I don't think those teams are. They shouldn't be the same price. I guess Zagreb should be a way bigger underdog than Molde should be over Granada. I think they're giving Granada a little too much credit, but I just think Molde is going to find the net. Granada should too, and then it's just going to be an open game. You may see 2-2, 3-3. I think it's going to be a high scoring game. I was surprised to see it so low juice to this 2.5. But then again, you get the Granada could park the bus and just take up all the pressure, but. I don't necessarily see that happening for a full 90 minutes.
On the 1-year anniversary show, we can say we officially bet on a Norwegian team here. I think Belgium and Norway are the two most obscure ones that we've had. Even though they've all come in, Belgium did come in non-Champions League, but anytime we've gone in the weird one, it's usually been in Champions League. But we got another Europa play out there for you. So let's wrap up our best bets for this week. I've got two plays for you, one each day. Atalanta plus 0.25 at plus 108. And then the Chelsea, Atletico Madrid, both teams to score, yes, at plus 102.
Nice. I have Real Madrid, Atalanta, under 2.5, sits at plus 120. You could take an under 3 for minus 130 if you're about that juice, but that's not me.
Yeah, and you can. For me, I got Atalanta Real Madrid over 2.75 minus 112, and then Molde Granada over 2.5 minus 108. I think it's Wednesday and Thursday, or is the Atalanta game tomorrow? So Tuesday and Thursday. I'll take a little breather on Wednesday, maybe till Rex for some winners, or just sit back and enjoy some good soccer before sports really pick up this weekend.
Yep, and make sure to check out our bracket challenge and our pinned tweet. Thank you to everyone on viewing us on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Check out our website. We got a lot of content out there, just not soccer. But Adam, you can always expect a Tottenham match piece to be published by him for each of their matches. You can check out, we got fantasy football stuff out there. Yes, the season doesn't start for a while, but we're still grinding there. Fantasy basketball, hockey power rankings, all 30 MLB teams are getting a team preview. So we got you covered on all facets. The Kevin and Daryl NBA show will be live probably within a half hour to an hour. Since there is no college basketball on, sure, the NIT is on, but this year I'm going to hate on the NIT a little bit. So if you want to get some hoops talk in, I'm definitely going to be tuning into that one because I got to hear what they think about my Sixers. But until then, everyone have a good midweek. We'll see you guys on Thursday where we cover the domestic slate. And until then.